Theater West is excited to present their final 2 shows of the season, The Hunchback of Notre Dame and 101 Dalmatians. The Hunchback of Notre Dame will run July 24th through July 26th.
It's basically it's a combination of the Disney Hunchback that everyone knows and the book by Victor Hugo. And it kind of takes both of those things, and it takes the music from the Disney show that everyone knows and incorporates it really well into the story. And it's just the Hunchback and how Quasimodo and his life in the bell tower of Notre Dame, and how he wants to come out and join the world and be a part of the world. And it's his story of finding his place in the world and finding that the monster, just because you look like a monster doesn't mean you are one. So kind of finding the inner beauty of Quasimodo and everyone else within the show.
So The Hunchback is, it's just a really beautiful show that has like a really important message that can kind of apply to any time period of just like, you know, Quasimodo's the character that kind of gets shunned by the people of Paris, and he's just actually a really kind soul and a really good person, and so a lot of bad things happen, but, you know, by the end of the show, people are like, you know, this didn't end up so great, and like maybe we should have done things different.
There's this beautiful show with music by Alan Menken and Stephen Schwartz, who are, I mean, Alan Menken's famously known for all the Disney music ever, Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast. Stephen Schwartz wrote Wicked and Godspell. So right off the bat, you can tell that the music in the show is going to be amazing. A lot of the music from the animated film from Disney, but then it expands from there. It's like they gave Alan Menken free rein to just add a bunch more music to it. The score is stunning, and it all just kind of connects the show really beautifully. And then it's just like a really beautiful story about human connection and how we just want to be seen by each other. And it's been really fun to dive into that and have analysis on this script. And there's one line in the show that I just think sums up kind of the whole thing, and it's what makes a monster and what makes a man. And so we get to watch this show through Quasimodo, the Hunchback of Notre Dame, who the world sees as maybe not traditionally beautiful, but he's got a heart of gold. And if someone would just look deep inside him, they would see how beautiful a person he is. Whereas his father figure, Frollo, is maybe seen as a respected member of the community, but on the inside, he's a little dark and monstrous. And so there's like this really cool mirror in the show of like Quasimodo of how the world sees him, and then Frollo how the world sees him, and they're kind of reverse of each other.
And there's a lot of things that Disney took from it and, you know, kind of Disney-fied it, and there's a lot of things in the book that are like a little darker than what the show has, so it's kind of a nice balance between what was in the book and then what Disney did, you know, bringing some of those important messages from the book, but also a lot of the, you know, happy and fun of Disney.
I had seen it beforehand, so I knew that the ending is definitely way better. I don't know if you want spoilers for your viewers or not, but it's definitely different. But I think there is a good chunk of the score that is only in the onstage version, and it's just so fleshed out and beautiful. So I think the Disney film is a lot more wholesome, but I think that the stage version is, you can appreciate the beauty more.
The community, of course, is the best part, I would say, of the show. Seeing their reactions afterwards. The show that had happened here at Theater West before was a very comical show. This show is very opposite of that. So we are often greeted outside with a lot of emotion. I love to see that, because that means that we all collectively did our job and we did it well, you know, to tell the story.
So we have 3 more shows of Hunchback. We have this Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, all at 7:30, and then Friday is our final closing day.
The Toffee production of 101 Dalmatians will run July 27th and July 28th, with 74 children set to take the stage.
It's like a 45-minute show, so it's not like a whole like musical production, but they do the whole story of like 101 Dalmatians with songs and talking and dancing. Our production has the kids' musical version has narrators, and so we're playing them as dogs from around the world. So we have poodles, chihuahuas, Scotties, and corgis. And so they get to represent each of their own countries, which is kind of fun. And so you'll see some of that in their costuming and some of it in the set. And then there's obviously the Dalmatians, and there's some of the named ones from the movie, and then the two main, Pongo and Perdita. And then you have Cruella, Jasper, and Horace. And then you have the Anita, Roger, and the Nanny.
It's very, very similar to the Disney show, the Disney movie that everyone knows and loves. You have we have Pongo, Perdita, Sergeant Tibbs. There's a few of the characters that they're not all in there, but Horace and Jasper and Cruella are all a part of it. And Cruella decides that she wants these Dalmatians to make a coat and some boots and things out of, so she kidnaps the puppies, and then all of the dogs of London, which is where all of the other breeds of dogs are brought in, help with the rescuing of the puppies.
There's this one particular song where it's a jingle style, and they're advertising these canine crunchies, and of course the kids are singing it 24/7, and it's a jingle, so it's in everybody's heads all the time. But they're all fairly upbeat.
It's fun to see them all come try on their costumes and get excited to play the little characters, so yeah.
And they all sing and dance, and they do the conga, and there's tumbling and backflips and all sorts of crazy things that happen on the stage. And we just rescue the puppies. And Nanny is in there with Roger and Anita as well. They're the only three, or I guess other than Horace and Cruella and Jasper, so there's only 6 of them that are actual people who are playing people. Everyone else is playing a dog. So Toffee Camp is Saturday at 2 o'clock and at 4, and then Sunday at 2. Yeah. So Hunchback and 101 Dalmatians can all be purchased online at www.twneb.com, or the box office is open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., and their number is 635-6193.
The 137th Annual Scotts Bluff County Fair will return, with the 4-H portion of the fair beginning on July 20th and the main portion beginning on July 27th.
The 137th Scotts Bluff County Fair, just around the corner, it starts July 29th and goes through August 3rd. The 29th is actually a kickoff night. You know, we're going to kind of celebrate our volunteers and you know, a lot of individuals that 4-H people and sponsors and community members. And then actually I need to back up though, because the 27th is the fair parade. Mitchell Chamber puts that on, and they have a great parade that morning, I think at 10:30. So yeah, and then Sunday, Mitchell Berean Church usually has church activities out here. And then starting Monday, 4-H exhibits have arrived, but shows have started, and I know there's a lot of setup and entering from the home arts side of exhibits, and then it's just go the rest of the week. Tuesday night will be the FFA alumni event, and that's they usually have a chore time activity, and it's a lot of fun, a lot of teams, a lot of young individuals involved in that. Wednesday night is the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pull. Tractor Pull, another popular event. It just has its following, you know, young, old, and it's kind of a nostalgic event, you know, that people just love. It's just been around, and you know, a lot of times people have family members that are participating, and so, you know, it's always a good event for the community as well. Thursday night is the Arena Cross. This will be the second year for the Arena Cross. There's a group of individuals that have a committee that put that on. And last year we had a lot of rain, so they had a lot of extra work last year, just removing mud to bring in dirt and stuff. But you know, it's dirt bike racing is very popular, motocross racing, and so you know, we just look at that event to continue to grow. And Friday night is the Jared Neiman with opening at Frank Ray concert. Today, the headliner, Jared Neiman. Yeah, and I mentioned earlier, Frank Ray is the opening act for that. Both great artists, and I think it'll be a really great concert that night, yeah. And then Saturday night is the 41st annual Rubber Chuck Race. It actually started and it was involved with golf carts and businessmen and lots of teens back in the day. And then it they upped it to three-wheelers. From three-wheelers we're at four-wheelers, and so it's just been a staple in the community. Just kind of a made-up event, and it's just never lost its, it's never lost its popularity, that's for sure. They'll be up and running Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, Fraser, and yeah, they put on a great concert, or excuse me, a great carnival, and I think you can go to their website for their tickets. You can go to our website, www.scottsbluffcountyfairgrounds.com. And the grandstand area is sold out for the Rubber Check race, but we have other areas that we've had additional bleachers added and stuff that you'll be able to purchase your tickets for that event as well.
The West Nebraska Arts Center held a reception for their annual President's Show on July 18th. The theme for this year was the Dog and Pony Show and showcased the bond between people and their pets. The show displays a wide variety of art mediums featuring a variety of pets. Live music by the Prairie Fiddlers was a welcome addition to the reception. The show will be open until July 28th. 2024 marks the 10th anniversary of the Re-Inflation of the Old West Balloon Fest, and organizers are excited to be celebrating a decade of dreams. The festival will return August 8th through the 10th with some changes.
On August 8th, we'll have our opening night glow at WNCC. It has changed from Wednesday to Thursday, so I want to let people know that. The night glow at WNCC starts at 5:30. The gates open. You don't need a parking pass unless you're parking at the college. And we anticipate, not all my pilots will be there, but we anticipate between 15 and 20 balloons at that night glow. We'll have food trucks and vendors and all kinds of good stuff there. And then we'll have morning mass ascensions on Friday and Saturday from Mitchell Airfield. Gates open at 5:30 a.m. We have 34 balloons this year, so they'll be taking off approximately at the same time. And again, we have food trucks and vendors on Friday. Nothing Friday evening, and Saturday morning another mass ascension. And then we have in downtown Mitchell on Center Avenue, we have over 100 vendors for craft fair. Cornhole tournament, which is being put on by Reds, and 308 Cornhole. And then wiener dog races are at 11 at Kiwanis Park. It was just kind of an idea to add something to the event. I have wiener dogs, so that may have had something to do with it. But they used to have them a while ago, and nobody was doing them anymore, so we decided to bring it back. We have different classes, so it's by age, and it's really fun because, they don't run to the finish line. They are, interacting with each other, and it's just fun. It's really fun to watch. So what we're doing now is they register, but we're not charging. We do a free will donation, and all of the money that we raise goes to the Panhandle Humane Society, and we raised $400 last year. So, and then Saturday night is our big show, balloon glow and a drone show, and that will be at Mitchell Airfield, not Five Rocks. Again, all the balloons will glow, and then the drone show will be with over 200 drones, and it's the same company that did the Super Bowl drone show. It was just really hard for me and my vendors to pick up stakes at Mitchell Airfield on Saturday morning and go try to set up at Five Rocks. It was 100 degrees last year, and we were putting up beer fence, so I'd rather get that done early, and then that way people don't have to pick up and move. They can just stay put, and it's a lot easier on everybody. I honestly think we'll have a better chance glowing in Mitchell because we won't have the rotors that wind coming off the monument, which is really kind of it's difficult, it's very difficult. So we are doing kids camps. Okay. The 5th and 6th in the morning, And so it's 2 separate camps. They just attend one day, and we still have room. We still have 25 spots left. Parking passes are at Platte Valley bank locations, Torrington all the way to Sydney, and then of course all the local Platte Valley banks, and also First National Bank of Omaha, so FNBO. Online, definitely. If you purchase them now, we could still mail them to you. If you purchase it the week of, you just need to bring your receipt with you, and any of those places will give you a parking pass, or you can hand it to whoever's parking you on the field, and they'll give you a pass. And that pass is good for the entire weekend, so you don't have to, it's just 1 pass per carload of people for the whole weekend. And we still need volunteers. So if you want to help a pilot, which is really fun, helping them put their balloon up and take it down, we still need chase crew volunteers. And so if you want to do that, go to the website as well.
For more information, visit theoldwestballoonfest.com. Be sure to check out the community calendar and more stories from around the area on our website at www.aroundthetownnews.wordpress.com. Thanks for watching Around the Town News.